Hello everyone, and welcome to my game of full of Warships. Des plays from Valkyrie and he's in the Des Moines. He is on the map Northern Waters in an epicenter game mode. It's a pure tier 10 battle. There is one sub and there is one carrier. So we'll see how that goes. Now he ventured here to a more central position in the hopes to get some use of his radar, I suppose, and he found a lovely gearing that is willing to provide him with a smokescreen. And obviously the Des Moines have a lot more fun when they can hide in the smoke and focus on their pew-pew. Now the carrier is already here, but it's too late to spot him. And being a Des Moines, we can just see how ineffective his anti-air is. I mean, the carrier is blind dropping here, obviously, because he's spotted, but hey. So far, not too much has happened. The friendlies have started pretty well there with trying to secure some objectives, but obviously they are all contested. So there is that. Now there seems to be sort of a push coming through the 9-10 line. Unfortunately, the Des Moines radar range just isn't quite enough to really annoy the enemy destroyers over there, but he can get a few shells in. So there is that. And if he isn't careful, he's going to slide out of the smoke here. Now he does have Hydro running, because obviously the smoke screen will attract quite a few torpedoes, I guess. Also, he doesn't really have the... Well, I mean, you know, those destroyers pop up now and then and he can get a few pot shots in. But when you look at it, like most ships are really just outside his gun range. Technically, I guess the Kremlin would be inside, but it's not spotted. The Sao might be inside by now, but it's not spotted. And there when we look, like we can basically see a lot of enemy ships on the edge. But I just really don't want to be shot by him. Now this Des Moines, maybe, it's sort of broadside-ish. He got some armor piercing loaded there. And somebody else got a nice smack into it. Unfortunately, it also disappeared again. Oh, there is a citadel. Well, I mean, that's lovely. Now, smoke will only last 19 more seconds, so decided to move out because he doesn't have really the best targets to shoot anyway. Probably wants to reposition a bit. Currently, the friend is actually capping the middle circle, so it would obviously be nice if they can do that. And... well, I mean, there's the carrier spotting him. Some nice citadel into the south. They got the camp. Now he has to hope that the Kremlin isn't taking too much of an interest in him, but currently it looks like the Kremlin doesn't care. So he's trying to go for some concealment here, which understandable. Also the carrier didn't care, which is somewhat surprising. Now we've just lost our Hindenburg here on this flank. It looks like the Kremlin and the Sao are pushing in. We do have a Yamato and a Thunderer and, well, Valkyrie there to potentially stop this. But this is a scary little push. If I were this carrier, I would definitely consider moving out. Because it looks like our, you know, other flank is a lot more secure. This flank is being pushed, the other not so much. So, you know. But a lot of carriers like to roleplay airfields and not move. For whatever reason, I guess, I don't know. Meanwhile, the enemy has taken the outer circle, but well, it's contested. I presume the middle circle is also contested. Oh wait, the friendlies are gaining some points, so you know there is that. Valkyrie has to be very careful here because that Kremlin could... I mean, for some reason the Kremlin is never really that interested in him, it looks like. Although maybe it will be now. He was undetected, but firing got him shown again here. Also, by the way, we've lost the battleship here, and I think we lost it to the Thomas, right? So that should be an indication that, yes, there is a destroyer coming around this flank. Now, obviously, you'd need to pay a bit more attention to spot something like this, right? You see the Somers has a kill there, and you see the only friendly ships that have been lost are both right here, and, well, there are the torps, yes, so... well, If the carrier was less playing an airfield, he wouldn't have taken the damage, and if he would have been paying more attention, he would have realized the destroyer was coming this way. And I think he's still not really moving, because he's still role-playing as an airfield. Now Valkyrie's RPF switched towards the Sommers, but it was a bit too late to warn the enemy carrier, I guess. Not that this carrier is paying any attention. You see, his planes are still not actually going where the Sommers is, he's still going elsewhere. Even though he has been told, well, but he's moving his ship now, right? And there it is. So, you know, he got topped by the destroyer and he still didn't try looking for it, and now he's dead. Oh, well, the warships. Now Valkyrie is pushing towards the Sommers. When we look here, the radar circle is now almost where the Sommers was last seen. So we'll probably pretty soon switch to that radar. I'm somewhat surprised he isn't radaring already now, but I think he just wants to finish off that Kremlin before the Kremlin heals again. Like, he isn't detected, so the Sommers should still be inside the smokescreen, right? And I guess the closer he gets, the more sure he can make the Sommers doesn't escape. I'm not sure what the Sommers is doing there. And oh, he got the Kremlin, that's nice. So obviously he's too close for a smoke fire penalty, so even inside there the Sommers can shoot. But why is the Sommers just sitting there? Like, I mean, he was just sitting there even... Oh, and that's a detonation. Well, let's be honest, with what the Sommers did, he would have died anyway, but it might have taken a little bit longer there. But why on earth was he just sitting? Like, I mean, once he got the carrier, why was he just sitting there inside this? Why was he smoking the first place? I guess the carrier planes might have detected him. I mean, the carrier went over there after he was basically dead, probably. But he should have just turned around and run towards his sow, to be honest. Now, this is an interesting duel here now between Valkyrie and the sow. Because the sow is reversing and Valkyrie is also reversing. Oh well. Meanwhile, the friendlies are not in a good shape ship-wise, but they are still holding on there in the center. They are equal on points because they did... I think the friendlies got quite a bit out of the middle circle they kept a while ago. Meanwhile, we still have a very exciting reverse duel going on. Now, I guess Valkyrie would love to turn his ship around and voila! Hey, the sow has reversed far enough that they can't see each other anymore. Well, you can still see the sow, but he's no longer detected because the sow is too far away now. That gives him the opportunity to turn around without getting citadel. Now he has basically two options. He can just go right towards the center, or he can try to go after the sow. The thing is, what's the sow gonna do? And keep in mind that if the sow isn't shooting, the concealment is quite decent. So he has to travel quite a bit in that direction to find the sow. And what if the sow just pushes straight south anyway, right? The sow could have gone forward and just sailing away. I mean, okay, he still has his RPF, right? But the RPF just switched over there, so it's highly possible the sow has now turned and is just pushing south. Which makes it very hard to find. So honestly, I think I would have just pushed straight towards the center again and ignored that. Simply because, like, if the sow is sticking around here and is pushing towards the camp, then intercepting it is a decent idea. Yeah, I don't know. Like, RPF, it could indicate that the sow is doing that. And he's found it. Why are you popping radar? I mean, honestly, I guess it could have been something else that spots him, but the
ship is on fire.
Oh, there we go. So he got some nice hits into the sow. So even though the sow spotted him earlier, the sow wasn't quite prepared for that armor piercing, it looks like. And his sow hunt did pay off, right? So the sow didn't just retreat, it stuck around. And now he's hopefully getting rid of it. Which is a very good thing, because it's no longer around here. Wait, torpedo support? Ah, okay. Those are just the sow torpedo. This isn't like some unseen thing here. And interestingly, he just found a carrier. So, you know, the friendly carrier was role-playing in airfield. The enemy carrier most certainly isn't doing that. The enemy carrier is a little bit too excited about his ability to move around, and I'm not sure why he is there, right? Like, the other side is very secure on the enemy side. I guess the enemy did push quite hard there, so he just followed after them. But he definitely missed the memo when he should have turned around. Now, Valkyrie obviously set the place quite heavily by that Immelmann, but at least he can damage Colonel. 28 seconds until a heal. This Immelmann could be a problem, like another set of skip bombers could easily steal the deal here, but it looks like he's going for torp bombers. Now, torp bombers you might even have a chance of dodging, if they don't force your broadside to other ships that are going to take advantage of them. But right now it doesn't look like anyone wants to take advantage of that, so Valkyrie can squeeze in here. Nicely done. And he's got another heal off. Now unfortunately the friendlies aren't looking so good on ships. The enemy has 3 more ships, but you know, the friendlies are still in okay-ish shape there. Not sure how close the Patriot. Mino. Oh, and there is a Des Moines. And Mino has to be careful that he isn't ambushed by the Des Moines or the Petro, I guess. Or the Wooster. There's a lot of raiders still around. Speaking of ambush, so the enemy daring ventured too far. He's getting detected, and that should be dead. Yeah, there we go. So the daring is dead. Now both teams still have a sub, which is obviously can be a bit of an issue. Now Hindenburg going broadside, so Valkyrie is going for some lovely ammo piercing here, if they can farm the Hindenburg, I mean. Friendlies still have the points lead, because they did do good on objectives. Well, I mean, reasonably well on objectives for a long time. And there is a Confederate. So now Halsey triggered, and you remember correctly, right, you get better fire rate and I think better concealment. So pretty amazing there. So this Des Moines is going to be a real pew pew monster right now. And also he's going to enjoy a nice beach here. But you know, he's capping, he's not detected. So that's good.
Battle ends in 5 minutes.
Oh no, wait, was it the double strike that triggers the better concealment and the Confederate just triggers like the better guns? I think it might have been something like that. But anyway. Oh, there is this. Okay, so I don't think he has the range for anti-submarine warfare, but I would have definitely checked. I mean, keep in mind those planes, they go a fairly long range and the sub is turning his way. Now, for some bizarre reason, right, the anti-submarine warfare on cruisers sucks and the one on battleships is pretty good. But honestly, I'd still have tried and see if, like, I mean, he's sailing this way, and as I said, it's a very long line where the planes drop. Would have tried to see if I can actually hit the sub here. Now, unfortunately, it's only Valkyrie and the sub still remaining. So the Conqueror, not the healthiest Conqueror we've ever seen, but it's a Conqueror, so we don't know how his super heal looks. Friendlies are doing good on objectives, so that's nice. And there is something right in front of Valkyrie. It could be the Wooster, potentially be the sub. So currently the sub's doing some spotting. The sub has to be careful that he's not going to be Des Moines though. And if, well, yeah, I think the sub probably just dived to escape the Des Moines. I mean, if the Des Moines is raidering, he needs to dive so he isn't taken out. Oh, damn it, the Conqueror is super healing. So, you know, Conqueror was getting pretty low, but you won't out-damage it. There is the sub. He could drop some anti-sub warfare right now. Oh, damn it, the friendly sub is down. So it looks like the more wrecked the Balau. I can only presume the Balau ran out of... Oh, and there are, yeah, he has to dodge here, so he got the Conqueror. He's dropping the sub. And... oh, there is a booster to his broadside. Oh well. And unfortunately this is a defeat. Now, there might have been a chance to win this if he could have, like, Citadel the booster when it came around. I mean, he had to kind of turn to dodge the sub. He could have tried, like, dropping the sub earlier with depth charges. But honestly, I mean, he did very well. So, there is only so much, I guess, you can do. And when you are in a stressful situation like that, you're never going to execute everything perfectly. So, yeah, he earned himself 2,783 base experience in a defeat. I mean, holy shit, this would have been over 4k experience in a win. He scored 266,000 points of damage, got the Confederate Death Strike, a Kraken and a High Caliber, and yet it wasn't even enough to win this game. He outscored everyone in the winning team, and it still wasn't enough to win a battle. Welcome to World of Warships. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this, and I see you next time.